There's a city in New Zealand where humans and the rarest sea lions in the world coexist. Welcome to Dunedin, New Zealand. Which is quickly becoming one of my favourite places, and is known as the wildlife capital of New Zealand. Today we're driving along the Otago Peninsula to look for New Zealand sea lions. New Zealand sea lions, or pakake, are the rarest of the 6 sea lion species in the world, and they are only found in Aotearoa, New Zealand, both on the mainland and surrounding subantarctic islands. The Otago Peninsula has the only breeding colony on the mainland, which is pretty special. We're going to stop at Sandfly Bay and Allen's Beach, both known breeding and haul-out locations for pakake. First off, we drove to Sandfly Bay. The walk to Sandfly Bay starts through private farmland. Then you're basically walking through sand dunes down a steep track. And that is a sea lion.
Who didn't close the gate? Tourists.
The track is maintained to a tramping track standard because of sand movement and erosion. So watch your step. I found this out the hard way. Cut. While you might assume Sandfly Bay is named after the pesky biting insects, it was actually named after the sand flying. As this exposed stretch of coastline can get very windy, while it was a relatively easy walk on the way down, it was much harder walking back up the steep, sandy hill. So keep that in mind before you go. Once we got to the bottom of the track, there were sea lions before we even crossed over the dunes to the actual beach. This guy was especially sleepy. Once we crossed the dunes, there were so many sea lions.
I just wanted to get the sand out of my shoes as I'm stepping on this. Okay, we're good. Let's go. Let's roll. Sea lion time.
They were everywhere. These guys are sexually dimorphic, meaning males and females don't look the same. Males are larger and a chocolate to dark brown, while females are a sandy colour and smaller. Adolescent males can also be a sandy colour before their mature brown coats come in. But if you see a dark brown and light brown seal cuddling, they're likely a male and female.
I'm the little one. That's us if we were sea lions. That one's just like...
Do your best to stay at least 20 metres away. Although Sandfly Bay is very populated with sea lions, so it can be harder to stay far away at all times, give them some space as you move through them. The distance is important for the sea lions, but also people. Sea lions can be surprisingly fast when they want to be, and will bite or charge if they feel threatened. These beaches are places for them to rest and regain energy to head back out to sea to forage, and stressing them out by getting too close or being too loud or generally disruptive may discourage them to return to these beaches, which would be disastrous for the newly established population. Pakake were once found along the entire length of Aotearoa, New Zealand's coastlines, and the subantarctic islands, roughly 700 kilometres south of New Zealand, but were wiped out from the mainland due to human predation, mainly for their pelts, until there were no longer enough left to support the trade. Sealing was officially banned by New Zealand law in 1893, and their protection is now covered in the Marine Mammals Protection Act. So if sealing is banned and they're protected, why is their population still small? Sea lions are impacted heavily by fishing activity, especially around their main breeding colonies in the Auckland and Campbell Islands. Sea lions are caught as bycatch by the subantarctic fishing fleet, as they operate within the sea lion's foraging range. Many species targeted by commercial fisheries, like squid, are also a favourite snack of sea lions, and make up a huge part of their diet. It was thought the mainland population was lost forever, until one sea lion turned up on the mainland in 1993, a female with a pup, the first New Zealand sea lion pup to be born on the mainland in over 150 years. The sea lion was named Mum, and she is the founder of Otago's sea lion population. Sea lions are now found across many of Otago's beaches, as well as in people's backyards, on roads, resting in flower beds, on golf courses, pretty much anywhere you wouldn't expect to see a sea lion. You can even stumble across sea lions in the forest. Over the summer months, pregnant sea lions seek sheltered spots inland, away from males. They can move up to 2 kilometers inland into coastal forests and scrub to hide and protect their pups from harsh coastal weather, strong winds, storms, and harassment by aggressive and territorial male sea lions. New Zealand's sea lions are the only pinniped species in the world known to regularly travel inland to use forest habitats, and it's another thing that just makes them so unique and special. It was getting late and cold.
He's putting up his little head to check if we're leaving.
So we called it at Sandfly Bay after this. And we came back another time to explore Allen's Beach. Allen's Beach is a little bit further away, and to get there you need to drive around Hooper's Inlet. This is a known crash spot for females with pups, and there's a fence reminding people to keep their distance. Although New Zealand really runs on a trust-based system.
There's a gate here.
Yeah, but there's also...
As the fence didn't have, well, sides. But the gate was locked, so you know, all good. There were no pups in the creche when we were there, just fun birds. But a few days prior there had been posts about pups hanging out in this spot. Either way, we carried on driving and reached Allen's Beach in no time. Allen's Beach is a short walk across farmland.
There are little bunny holes everywhere though, so watch your step.
A little bit bigger than little.
Big bunny holes.
It's like a 5-minute walk over flat ground and sand, and I was super stoked about it after the trek to Sandfly Bay.
Stay away, keep your distance. Sea lions use this beach. Big yawn. Those oyster catchers I see? And the answer is yes. Big boy, big boy. Yeah. Oyster catchers. Yeah.
We saw so many sea lion tracks heading into the dunes, meaning there were probably a lot more around than were hanging out near the water. Sea lions use the dunes and coastal grasses to shield them from bad weather, storms, and marine predators, meaning they can have a good, deep sleep. We sat for a bit and watched 2 big males that were happily snoozing. The waves were getting close to where they were resting as the tide came in, and we wondered if it would bother them. It did, in fact, bother them. While quite funny to watch, sea lions do have an actual reason they do this. These guys don't have sweat glands like we do, and have thick blubber layers designed to stay warm in the cold water of the Southern Ocean. This means they can easily overheat on land in the warm sun while resting. They combat this with sand. They'll roll in the sand, flick it up using their fins, or stick their head directly in it to access cool, damp layers of sand. This layer of dry or damp sand also provides a physical shield against the sun, basically their version of sunscreen. Covering up also helps deter flies and other annoying bugs, although they look less than impressed when a nearby resting sea lion flicks sand directly onto them. Another way they thermoregulate is by holding their fins in the air. Their flippers have no thick fur or blubber, and the blood vessels sit right beneath the skin. This means they can release heat this way if the sea lion is too warm, or soak up the sun if the water is a bit chilly. Think of it like sticking a foot out from under your blanket when you feel a bit too warm in bed. Like many seals, they also do this in the water. So if you see a rogue flipper in the air, it's not waving, just trying to stay cool, or get a bit warmer. We also spotted tags on some of the sea lion's flippers.
Oh look, it's tagged. Nice little thing.
These tags help researchers in the Department of Conservation track individual animals, meaning they can monitor things like population numbers, how long they live, if they breed successfully, and track their movements over time. The sun was starting to go down, so it was time to head home.
Yeah.
They're staring.
Well, you did ask for their attention.
Okay, we can go.
We were pretty exhausted after this, and the half-an-hour drive back to the city, and I completely forgot to do an outro. So here are the alpacas on the homestay where Isaac was living in Dunedin. Next time I'll remember to talk to camera more so I don't have to do a voiceover. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe so I can keep making these videos and sharing my adventures.
Isaac's making new friends. Hello. Hi. Oh my god. Oh no, I don't like it.